All right, hey everybody. Welcome back for another deep dive. You guys know how much I love digging into these unique spiritual groups. And today we've got a really interesting one.
Definitely looking forward to this
Yeah,
one.
I think you're going to like this. So today we're diving into the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood. I know it's got a kind of catchy name, right?
It does kind of grab you. Yeah.
So we've got some excerpts from a text called Freedom as Enshrined in the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood,
Okay.
written by the group's founder, Wakistra.
Interesting.
And this deep dive is all about understanding how this group views freedom and choice.
hmm
And I think we're going to uncover some pretty unique perspectives.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how they connect this freedom of choice idea to things like spiritual growth and, becoming a better person.
Yeah, for sure. And just a heads up, this group, they see their brotherhood as a simulation for life.
A simulation. Okay, that's a new one.
I know, right?
Okay.
It's a pretty wild concept.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that a little later. So first off, let's talk about what it actually means to be a part of this brotherhood.
Yeah.
So one of the things that really stood out to me is that joining this group, it's totally voluntary.
Okay. So no pressure to sign up or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about, if you're drawn to their teachings, their principles,
Right.
you're welcome to join. But there's no hard sell or anything like that.
So what kind of people are usually attracted to this group?
Well, the text mentions that people come for various reasons. Some are seeking, that deeper spiritual connection.
Yeah, makes sense.
Others are looking for a sense of belonging, community.
Mm-hmm.
And some are just curious about, different way of looking at life.
So it's a pretty diverse group then.
Yeah, it seems like it. Now, here's the really interesting part. Becoming a member, that doesn't make you, special or anything.
So there's no elite status or anything.
Nope, not at all.
Mhm.
In fact, the text really emphasizes this idea that membership isn't about status. It's about a shared journey.
Interesting. So it's more about the path than the destination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And get this. Leaving the brotherhood is equally respected.
Oh, wow. So they're okay with people coming and going.
Yeah, they actually see it as, following your own personal path, even if that path leads you away from the group.
That's pretty unique. Most groups I know wouldn't be too happy about people leaving.
I know, right? But this one, they seem to really embrace that idea of individual choice.
So it's all about supporting you wherever you're at on your journey.
Precisely. There's this line in the text that really stuck with me. Farewells may be bittersweet, but they are accepted with grace.
Wow. That's beautiful. And it really speaks to their values.
Doesn't it? So you can see how this whole approach to membership, it really sets them apart.
Definitely. It creates a much different dynamic than, groups that have those strict rules about staying or leaving.
Yeah, you're not bound by any rigid doctrines. It's more about, finding your own way within this supportive community.
It's like a choose your own adventure kind of spirituality.
I like that.
Yeah.
So now let's get into this whole simulation thing, because I know you're curious about that.
Oh, absolutely.
So Waxira, the group's founder, he describes the Brotherhood as a simulation for how to live life.
Okay. I'm listening.
And it's actually pretty insightful. He sees it as a practical training ground for, putting those spiritual principles into action.
Ah, so it's like a safe space to practice what you preach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get to embody those values like wisdom, compassion, and you get to see how they play out in your interactions with other people.
So it's kind of like a real world test of those principles.
Yeah, and it makes you think, right? Like, how many of us actually get the chance to consciously practice those things?
Yeah. Not many, I'd say. We usually just react to whatever life throws at us.
That's true. But in this brotherhood, you're encouraged to be mindful, intentional about your actions.
I can see how that would be really valuable for personal growth.
It is. And it makes me wonder if our listeners have ever had similar experiences.
What do you mean?
Like, have you ever been in a situation that felt like a simulation?
Like a test or a challenge that helped you grow.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that.
Now, the text also acknowledges that even in a group like this, disagreements are bound to happen.
Well, yeah. People are people, even if they're all about love and wisdom.
Right. And they're honest about that.
Right.
They don't pretend that everyone's going to agree all the time.
So how do they deal with conflict?
Well, they emphasize open communication and mutual respect.
Which is easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, for sure. But the text uses words like grace and compassion when talking about these disagreements.
So it's about approaching those conflicts with empathy and understanding.
Exactly. And that ties back into the simulation idea. It's about learning how to navigate those challenges in a constructive way.
Because those challenges are going to come up in real life too.
Right. It's like practicing for the big game.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
even the disagreements become part of the learning process.
Yeah. And I think that's a really valuable takeaway.
For sure.
Hmm.
So to recap the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood, they're all about voluntary participation, respecting individual paths, and viewing their community as this unique simulation for life.
And it all comes down to choosing how we want to live.
If life is a simulation, what rules would you choose to play by?
That's a great question for our listeners to ponder.
What values would you prioritize? How would you treat others?
If you're intrigued by this brotherhood and their philosophy, we'll include a link to their Facebook page in the show notes.
Yeah, check them out. It's definitely some food for thought.
And that's a wrap for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
Until next time, just